All right, we're going to Barry, and then we're going to Courtney to wrap things up.
Thank you. Appreciate your time. Thank you for all you've done for this country, this great country of ours. So my question is, I'm sure I haven't read your book. I just ordered it though. It's on it, so I'm about to start. But I'm sure there's stories in there that you haven't, or there's not stories in there that you would tell. And I guess my question is there any story you want to share or event or something that happened that you would tell people and you say, I can't make this shit up, right? It's just like so unbelievable and crazy that's like the first thing you tell people when you tell the story.
Well, I can talk about anything that's in the book. And like I said, I was surprised at the many things that they did leave in. I was disappointed with some of the stuff that they took out. And like you yourself said, there's things that I wouldn't want to talk about, period. But there are two incidents here. First of all was the coolest paramilitary operation I ever was in, is when I put together a team of Mosquito. They were the Native Americans of Nicaragua, Mosquito Indians, that were lobster divers. I made them into, Contra Navy SEALs. Went through all the training, half of them didn't make it. And at the end of our training session, we were able to sneak into Puerto Cabezas, which was at the time the port that was the belly button with Cuba for all the military assistance that was coming in, including oil and stuff. And we blew that pier up with 80 pounds of C4. So that was pretty sexy. That was a lot of fun. There's another one that is just as poignant, and I use it as a teaching aid. I do a lot of work with the military and the local police because everybody talks about going to the range and practicing, and that's all very important if you're in the business. But awareness is the single biggest weapon that we carry. And the story that I like to tell to reinforce that concept is that we were in the Philippines. I was the chief liaison. In other words, I was the CIA's referent to their Green Berets, their Navy SEALs, their guys in the Philippines and in the intelligence services. And we were in, I think it was Davao, Cebu or Davao, but I think it was Davao, one of the outlying little cities. And we were training the guys there because the New People's Army was very active in the Philippines at the time. And the Abu Sayyaf's Islamic radicals were starting down in Mindanao. And we were coming out of a restaurant. We've been working all day. We've been a 12-hour day like usual, coming out, had a beer and a sandwich, and it was 6 of us. It was 2 Filipino Green Beret officers, 2 of our techs, our CIA techs, who have training. I mean, they're not operations officers, but they do have a degree of training. And me and my good friend Davis, who was a Vietnam vet, and he was a case officer. So we walk out of the restaurant. I'm the last guy. Davis is the second to last guy that walks out of the restaurant. And corner of my eyes, I see 3 guys. They're in a little huddle like this. They're about maybe 20, 30 yards from us. And as soon as we came out, they got 3 abreast and started walking, stopped talking and started walking across. There was a modus operandi of the Sparrows. It was a hit team that the FPA had. They would carry a pistol, a 1911 A1 45 caliber in their crotch, no holster, hammer taped back, and they would hold it up with their left pocket, with their left hand in their pocket. They would push the gun up, grab it, shoot you, put it back in, and walk off. And they were ghosts. So these 3 guys, the 2 on the outside, guess what? They had their left hand in their pocket. And the one in the middle was the one that was making eye contact. The other guys were not looking at us. So I drew my weapon. And of course, at the time, what I did not know was that my friend had also drawn his weapon. There's a phenomenon when you are in this kind of thing that you get tunnel vision and auditory exclusion. He might have been telling me, "Are you seeing this?" And I couldn't hear him. And all I could see was these 3 guys. But we drew our weapons. And guys, if you walk up to anybody in any street and you draw a weapon, what is their reaction? Whoa, like what the hell is this? These individuals didn't even bat an eye. And the guy in the middle just looked at us and went like, "Okay, we'll get you next time." And we looked back and said, no, you won't. But I teach that lesson because everybody wants to train in the cool ninja stuff. But the stuff that keeps you to having to use those tools is awareness. So
Right on. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. That's awesome.
What a story.